I have to retard it out for retardations. Again, what is my life about? Well, I've waited more than 6 years to get my children back. And I did, of course, not want the father of my children to die for justice uh, to happen, for injustice and corruption to be ended. But since that was what happened, and now I'm waiting for my social services to bring my children to me or to make an agreement with them about where I can pick up my children or when they uh, take my children here to my place where I live so that we can, at the social services, get my children registered at this address where I live. And I've waited so long. I'm not someone. And then my speed of craft, the invention I've made, that I have explained multiple times on YouTube, also on Facebook, to make people understand what it is about. It has to do with the repulsion magnetically and also attraction magnetically. So that's those two real issues or things are what my life is about. Not anything else than that. I'm very sad about the father of my children having been sacrificed to end corruption. But that's unfortunately how things go when it's been going on for so long that and then my children are to come back to live with me. There was the case about temporary custody, which I didn't really take part in because I know that when the family courthouse gave the mother of my children's father temporary custody, and they wanted to bring the court case about custody, permanent custody, where my children and I were a part of the case, which was only to hear about and see my condition and hear about who am I and what to give it back to me. So the case about temporary custody, I didn't do anything about it because I know that when the permanent custody case was taken to court, then the other case was not relevant to me since I said difficult to explain. That's how it is. It would be stupid, and it would be unnecessary because it wouldn't. It would make me weaker if I tried to get temporary custody and they said, well, not, because I knew that would say not, because that was the reason why they had temporary custody, because I had to get back permanent custody. And that was what my children's and my case was about. I don't know why they didn't have someone who had some, what's it called? Some knowledge, some, when you have like a doctor or something like that, to aim at me saying that I was mentally ill, but they had the mother of the father of my children talk about the cooperation problems because I had gone to violence trying to pick up my children because there was something I didn't understand. So I Yeah, there was something about it I didn't understand. So I went there because I made an agreement back then with the school. But then I realized that my children didn't go to school there anymore. But it was something we talked about on the phone. We agreed to it, both the school and I. So I didn't do something that they didn't agree to. But they said my children did not go to school there anymore. But understand it, it's not that difficult to understand. There were two cases, and there was a case about temporary custody, and then my case, and my children's case, because the case was about my children and me, and only my claim, because there was no other part, except someone who's not really a part, but who was supposed to make the court understand that I'm too mentally ill to take care of my children. Do you understand? Not trying to apply for custody, but explaining why I'm so sick that, and it did not happen. Because my children are still not removed, not by the court, not by the social services. I have the custody. There was no opposite party, which also shows in my children being registered under my name. And it also shows, since the judge says there's not going to be a court meeting. What is a court meeting? That is where the case takes place. It's a court meeting. That's what it's called in Denmark. So we had a meeting. We were there at the court, but it was not possible to have a case with my children in my district of courts, where my children really belongs, with me, for me to be against my children and my children applying for custody. So then it went back to the point of departure that when the father of my children died, I had the custody automatically, like I explained to the judge in court.